Next guest wrote into This Morning just hours after attempting to take his own life. Let's see what happened when the Speakmans went to meet police officer Gareth Roberts.
Because of me being a police officer, it's quite easy to put a brave face on and sort of smile when inside you're not smiling.
During a night shift a few years ago, Gareth Roberts was called to a domestic violence incident involving a young man that had been stabbed by his girlfriend. Being the only officer able to attend, Gareth carried out CPR on the victim for more than 20 minutes. But unfortunately, he didn't survive.
The young boys, mother was there, shouting at me to do something. She wanted me to save his life.
Within the same week, Gareth was called to another fatal incident, this time a road traffic accident involving teenage boys.
To just pulling people after people. Young boys out of his car, probably 17, 18-year-olds. And there were 6 in the vehicle, and 5 of them died.
Gareth couldn't see a way out of the guilt he was feeling and made plans to take his own life, even writing his goodbyes to his loved ones.
All I can say is that if you have this letter, then I'm sorry, as you know what's happened. I just could not go on really, in all aspects of life, but mainly hurting you.
Thankfully, his boyfriend Chris managed to stop him before it was too late. Now, Gareth's hoping the Speakmans will be able to help him through this dark time.
Gareth, one of the questions in this questionnaire was to score your life out of 10, and you put 1.
Yeah.
I'm hoping at the end of this session that I can ask you that question again and it will feel different.
As a policeman, you were first on the scene and you ended up in that situation carrying out CPR on someone for 20 minutes almost. Then he died.
Yeah.
What if you weren't on that night? What would have happened?
Somebody else would have had to go to it at some point.
So essentially, had you not been there, someone would have got there after you did.
Yeah.
Meaning that that boy's mum would have been in distress for even longer. You walking in there was the first glimmer of hope that mother had for her child. So you were a saviour, were you not? First glimmer of hope.
I blamed myself for not getting there as quick as I could.
I think you went above and beyond.
Yeah.
In fact, Gareth has always gone above and beyond and has been rewarded by receiving 5 commendations during his career. As the therapy session continues, Gareth starts to see the positive impact of his actions rather than the guilt he's felt for so long.
Road traffic accident. Had it already happened before you even got there?
Yes.
Okay. So the situation had happened, the accident happened, the injuries had happened before you got there.
I'm sure that taking his last breath he'd rather known there was somebody by his side. And who was that person that was by his side?
Yeah, it was me. I've never seen it like that.
And, you know, the fact is, you don't get commendations, 5 commendations I might say, for not being extraordinary at your job.
True.
The therapy progresses and it becomes apparent that there are other deep-rooted issues underlying these traumatic experiences, one of which is his sexuality, which Gareth has felt guilty about for many years.
I think I always knew that I was gay from probably being around sort of 16, 17. Why I suppressed that and hid that, I don't know.
You were unable to be honest, and now you can be honest and live your life as you want to.
Yeah. I let myself down by not basically just being true to myself.
You got there in the end.
I got there in the end, yeah.
After a few hours, it finally feels as though a breakthrough has been made.
So when we started this session, You said that your life was a 1 out of 10. So where is it now?
It's definitely about a 7 or 8.
That's amazing.
And Gareth joins us now alongside Nick and Eva, and welcome to you. You all right?
Yeah, great.
Good, yeah. It's funny because while we were watching that, obviously you were scoring your life out of 10, and it was a 7 and 8 at the end of that. You said actually since the therapy, every day you've been getting a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger.
That's right.
What did you just say to Eva then, how you'd score your life now?
Definitely 10 out of 10.
Is that right?
Yeah.
God, that's just amazing. So what was it? What was that moment of realisation for you, do you think?
Of it being a 10 out of 10?
Well, just knowing when you were speaking during the therapy, what was the moment when things began to change, when you looked at your life differently?
It's just so weird. As the therapy continues, the things Nick and Eva do are just amazing. And things just start to click, and you start to see things in a different light, in a different way.
Yeah.
And as the day went on, it was gradually sort of going up and up to a 5, to a 6, to a 7. And then when I left, obviously it was a 7. But as the days have gone on since then, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 now.
What made you contact us?
It was literally 10 hours after I'd been driving around North London, seriously attempting to take my life. And I knew that I couldn't go on like this. I was hurting people around me and knew that I needed serious help. I'd seen the work that Nick and Eva's done on This Morning. Knew that if anybody could help me, it would be these guys. And also, I've trusted This Morning. I've grown up with This Morning. Know that you guys deal with the issue of mental health, PTSD, sensitively, and with sympathy and empathy. So you guys were just the obvious people to turn to, really.
And so what would you say to anybody that may be watching this, that may be in that situation right now that you were feeling those few months ago, where they cannot see a way out? What would you say? There
is a way out. After the rainstorm, there's always sunshine. And at that time, you might think that the only way you're going to get through life is to end your life. That's not the case at all. Speak to people. There's helplines out there. And just talking, really. It's OK not to be OK.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, especially guys, think that they need to be strong and try and bottle things up.
For you guys to get to go from 1 to 6, 7, 8 during the therapy, and then for it to continue to develop and be a 10 now sitting on here, I mean, that must make you feel...
It's amazing, you know, and I could understand how Gareth got to the point that he was at, because we had to break everything down. It was quite a complex situation. He'd had 8 traumas that we had to deal with individually, and, you know, I think one of the last things was the fact that his daughter was at the Manchester bombing. And, you know, so when you build up, when all these things build up, you can see that someone can get to that point, but there is always, always, always a way out. Always.
And I think just that Gareth's a great example of that all it takes is just to ask for help.
Yeah.
And when you ask for help, then there's nobody on the planet that wouldn't want to try and make a difference. And it's just saying it's OK, like Gareth said, it's OK not to be OK, and just speak out. And you know, it's just been such a privilege to help Gareth and to see him over the couple of weeks that you have gone to a 10. I can't tell you how amazing that feels.
No, thank you so much, guys. They are literally like angels without wings, these two.
They really are.
Yeah. They have actually got wings.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you. Well done, you two, as always. And well done, you. Go and live your life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.